YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this video. Kind of a random upload. I was sitting thinking about a couple of different talking points and some things that I've got going on with televisions. We've got some new stuff coming. We got another S95B coming, and we've got some issues we're having with the S95C. But one of the things that I was kind of sitting around playing around with the idea of is talking about like space and dimensions and distances and things of that sort, because there seems to have been a question that's come up quite often. We're actually going to take a step into where I've got the S95C in a second, but right here we've got the A95L 77-inch. Been an amazing TV, absolutely love it. Got gaming PC connected to it, and so my setup is a bit of a hybrid. I've shared this before. So I do got couches like strategically positioned throughout this room. It's a living room with partial open back concept. So audio does escape, but I do have a surround system here, which it's been shown on the channel. We've got different separate center, left, right subs, rears, etc. Okay. It's a hybrid because I do get to a point where I have this gaming chair in here, and what I'll do is literally just kind of throw this guy right here and put myself into the middle, right? So my seating from right here, this is about where I would stack the deck. I am gonna come in at about 100 inches. That's from head to screen right here, where it's comfortable for me and I get a pretty good experience. Now, going back to my actual sweet spot where I sit and watch the majority of TV content, let's make sure they get a good overhaul here. So we got couching here, we got seat here, and then we've got seating over here. What's important for me in this room is making sure that the family can enjoy themselves. From here to screen, go back a little bit more right there. That's where my head would be. Yeah, we're about 15 feet. Which I've discovered that what I call it is a basketball rim and a half, right? Professional basketball rim in the NBA is 10 foot. So another 5 foot there. So that's kind of what we're working with, right? Just to kind of give you some context there. We'll cut transition. We'll come right back to the S95C. All right, guys, I wanted to take a little bit of time with this transition to talk about the S95C and some of the things that we've got going on. We've got some very intentional, purposeful, and helpful content I'm going to be creating around this TV. I want to just spend some time talking about the issue I'm having, which has pretty much been recently covered on my channel. Intermittent blackout issues, where I'm just using the TV and then it just blacks out for a few seconds. And what it appears to be is, it seems like the TV is either confused about which input I'm using, or it's almost as if it's looking to switch the input. The TV doesn't completely turn off. It just goes through like this loop animation as if it's thinking or switching inputs or something of that sort. That's the best way I can articulate it. This has happened because this has been like a frequently asked thing. It's happened on PlayStation 5. It happens on I have a Mac Mini connected. As you can see, the mouse, I got the keyboard down here too. So I use a Mac Mini when I'm doing iPhone recordings or trying to experiment with that. So it's happened on Mac Mini, it's happened on PlayStation 5, which I currently don't have in here anymore. And then more importantly, gaming PC. So, as of now, I use this TV in the space of 4K at 120. And the reason I've done that is because I thought that my issues were coming from 4K 144 hertz. Most recently, using this TV, I start using it with micro windows. And what I mean is I'm not using entirely the full screen. And as I was just speaking about seating, because I'm so close and because the panel is so large, I don't need to use all the real estate to play one game. Well, if I'm playing a single player game, it's totally fine. But I found myself being able to play in QHD and, make it windows, and I can make like a 35 or 40 inch diagonal. And I have a great experience, really, honestly. even though I have a really high-end graphics card, I'm able to push max settings if I do that, and I'm able to get more real estate available on this 77-inch panel. So things like OBS, if I'm streaming, those times where I've streamed recently on YouTube and on Twitch, you know, I've done it that way. So I've had the game in a window and then OBS in a window, and it just works great. Well, what's been happening there, even though QHD obviously isn't maxing the resolution on the TV, I'm still having those blackouts. Now, most recently, I've started attaching the blackouts to certain tasks that I might do, which that's kind of a good thing, because when you're having issues with the TV and when you're preparing yourself to, you know, have like a repair person to come out to inspect, you know, what issues you're having, it'd be best if you could simulate those issues. So recently, I've been, as I just said, doing a lot of streaming, making content at the desk, trying to create a little small podcast, if you will, with you guys on the channel. And there's a couple of different things that go into play with here. So this video, this part, I have a little bit of depth to it, but obviously I use the camera kind of like I have set here. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm just kind of chilling out, making whatever content. And this is OBS that I'm utilizing. Now, what ends up happening is, you know, the TV will black out based on, you know, this content being here. So if I pull up a window and I'm going to see if I can, you know, kind of recreate some of the issue. Let's just say the other day we were making a video talking about me getting the S95C at a discounted price. I don't know if it'll happen here, but I was just merely browsing the website and I was having this issue where, you know, this thing was just blacking out, and very frustrating it was for me, you know, just trying to navigate, go through content. So I've had some people kind enough to speak to me about what their thoughts were. You know, I had a couple of people ask me, you know, am I using the right cables? I mean, there's no special cables needed to use this TV. This TV is not like some TV from Mars where it's like every TV before didn't need a certain cable, but this does. But just to answer that question, I have all of the proper certified cables. All of these TVs that I buy, I think it should be assumed that that would be a thing, but I can understand asking that. But yes, we have the right cables here. We're not even running in 4K 144 hertz. We have the global setting of the TV, 4K 120. Now, could it be the One Connect box? Quite possibly. I did have a great suggestion from one person telling me, hey, you know, they went ahead and stripped some fans, wires, and routed them in so that whenever the TV come on, the fans come on. While that sounds like a cool suggestion and solution, it's not a solution. That's not what I bought this TV for. I thought about doing that because that brother had suggested, hey man, if it works, you know, make some content on it. I'm not prepared to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to do that. I paid $4,500 for this TV, and I want this TV to work the way it's intended to work. At this point, I'm not even doing anything to maximize the TV. I'm just merely using it in window based, like how you see. So as I was just saying, small windows. My game would be about this size, and then I've got OBS open so that I can see my face cam. I can see the chat. This is literally how I've been using it. And that's not even coming close to scratching the surface of what a Founders Edition 4090 can do. Now, I have put this TV was in the living room with the A95L. Same connection, same cables, same type of devices, no issues at all, right? And for the duration of me talking, we haven't had any blackouts. So it very well could be once the One Connect gets warmed up, that's happening. But we're not even taxing it. Like, this has been happening without me even gaming. It's just been strictly like, you know, I mean, I'm just doing general productivity. So that was the kind of the theme for the video the other day. Productivity to me is me getting on here, using this station to get work done because I'm producing content for this channel. This is where I'll sit and I'll edit this content that I'm shooting now. And it probably will happen when I'm running Magic's Vegas. But I don't know. So I just wanted to kind of address that. Like, we will have some content in the space of that. I'll walk you guys through like what it's like getting me to get somebody out here to take a look at this thing. But it's very important that you try to recreate any issues that you can have. You get it down to a science where you can know and you can show, hey man, look, all I'm doing is this. I'm not doing anything to break the TV. I'm just using the TV. And this is within the scope of what a flagship TV, probably number 2 or 3 of this year, can do. All you're doing is just utilizing it, and it's breaking, right? That is the grounds for you to have a manufacturer defect. That is very important. So might be a little bit melodramatic, but I wanted to make sure we covered that. We're going to have more content on the S95C, the repair process, coming to the channel soon.